name is Anita Charles, and my husband and I live in the area. We have been married for 18 years, and we are parents to 3 daughters. I work as a software engineer at Radio Bible Class Ministries. I am also a volunteer compassion advocate. I speak to churches and small groups about how compassion child sponsorship helped me and changed my life, and I encourage others to sponsor as well. I am from Chennai, which is a large city of about 6 to 8 million. It's in the southeast coast of India. The house that we grew up was about the size of a 2-car garage. We had one room that was a multi-purpose room. We used that room as our bedroom, as our living room, as our dining room. And every night my brother, my mother, and I would sit on the floor and eat our meals. We did not have TV, refrigerator, and there was no running water in the house. Just outside the door, there used to be open trash. There would be mice running over us when we sleep. I also remember our food being very simple because we could only afford what the civil supply rations provided. My parents both had an arranged marriage. Now, my mother was born with asthma. My mother kept falling ill very often, and this was something that my father was not prepared to deal with. And every time she would fall sick, he would send her away to her father's house. And eventually, they both decided to separate because it was a very hostile situation. My dad, when the separation happened, did not want me to be living with my mother. He wanted me to be living in a place where he could come and see me without having to see my mother. So he picked a boarding school for me. Very soon, he moved away and my tuition was not getting paid. My 4th grade teacher, who knew how my family situation had changed, she said, "We have Compassion Project in our school. How about we enroll Anita for the Compassion Project and see if somebody will sponsor her and help her out?" We could not have afforded the education that I got if I was not sponsored. God saw my mother's tears and brought along the help that we so much needed through the sponsorship. Every year, Glenn and Linda, my sponsors, paid for my school tuition, and every year they paid for my textbooks and my notebooks and backpack. This school nurtured my faith in such a tremendous way. It was a good Christian school. We started every day singing so many Christian songs and choruses. We started every day reading the scripture and praying. And when I was 14 years old, this was the place where I asked Jesus to be the Lord of my life. When I came over to the US, I think it was a Compassion commercial with the 800 phone number that prompted me to jump and get on the phone and at least ask, would you happen to have the records from the 80s? Compassion helped me hook up with my sponsors. And when Glenn and Linda came out to see me, what surprised me and what warmed my heart very much was that they were regular people, blue jeans, t-shirt people who came to see me in an old beat-up Volkswagen. And it just warmed my heart. And the time that we spent together was so beautiful. It felt like Jesus was right there with us. By God's grace today, my family and I sponsored 3 children. And we are so humbled to see how the little that we give, God takes that, God stretches that, and keeps them in a place where they get good education, where they get good medical care, and they're also in a place where they are taught to love Jesus. I like opportunities where I can just give my money or just give my talent, but I find a lot of fulfillment and satisfaction in opportunities where I can be in relationship with the other person. And I enjoy the relationship that I have with my sponsored children. I would encourage others listening as well to bring that hope, to bring a child to a place of opportunity through their sponsorship.